down at the thousands of extras, I felt like a lot of them were looking up at me and sort of thinking I was her, so it just turned it into this kind of surreal moment.
Don't cry for me, Argentina. The truth is I never left you. All through my wild days, my mad existence, I kept my promise. Don't keep your distance.
Pretty hands reach out and they reach wide. Now you may feel it should have been a voluntary cause, but that's not the point, my friends. When the money keeps rolling in, you don't ask how. Think of all the people guaranteed a good time now. Eva's told the hungry to her, open up the doors. Never been a fan like the foundation, never parole.
Flying adored, so young, the instant queen, a rich, beautiful thing of all the talent, a cross between a fantasy of the bedroom and a saint. You were just a backstreet girl, hustling and fighting, scratching and biting. Flying adored, did you believe in your wildest moments all this would be yours, that you'd become the lady of them all? Were the stars in your eyes when you crawled in at night? From the bars, from the sidewalks, from the gutter theatrical. Don't look down, it's a long, long way to fall.
I would say the turning point when I'm getting ready each day is once I have my contacts in. Because they're brown, they make me see everything in a different way. They tint everything. And when I have my teeth in, because she had slightly buck teeth, and it kind of makes me hold my mouth and speak in a different way. So that helps me feel like her.
Birds fly out of here, so why, oh why, oh why the hell can't I? I only want variety of society. I wanna be a part of being a Buenos Aires Big Apple. She wants to be a part of being a Buenos Aires Big Apple.
I became sort of obsessed with her and sort of figuring it out, because everybody I talked to was either completely against her or completely for her, and I just thought, okay, where's the truth in all of this?
So why, oh why, oh why the hell can't I? I only want variety of society. I wanna be a part of being a Buenos Aires Big Apple.
I think we had some things in common. She was incredibly courageous to have done the things that she'd done, to come from where she came from, to go to Buenos Aires without any formal training, without knowing anyone, without relatives. I mean, to have started where she started to then go to where she arrived at was amazing and required an awful lot of courage, and I can definitely relate to that. I went to New York when I was 17. She went to Buenos Aires when she was 15.
Never beware your ambition. It's hungry and cold, can't be controlled, will run wild. This in a man is danger enough. But you are a woman, not even a woman, not very.
These ladies on that side.
On the day that you were born, the angels got together and decided to create a dream come true. Summer sprinkles sunlight in your eyes, and glorious starlight in your eyes of blue. That is why all the girls inside.
This smells like Argentina to me. You feel it, you can smell it. We're here in a stockyards, situation where you can smell the abattoir over there. And sometimes smells very unpleasant when you're shooting, but it does remind you about where you are.
Big finish. Don't you remember you told me you love me, baby? Said you'd be coming back this way again, baby. Baby, 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 oh baby, I love you. I really do.
Yesterday they were shooting from outside up to the balcony. Right.
Never close to you.
No, not too close.
Use the crowd, sweep across the crowd.
Los que vinieron en el micro van pasando.
It's magical what happened in the monitor, because I was watching the monitor and I thought that the square was completely full.
I was told that Michelle Pfeiffer really wanted the role and that she was seriously being considered for it. So I decided to make this sort of impassioned plea to Alan, and I wrote him a very long letter explaining to him why I was the only person that could play this part and telling him how passionate I was about it. And I heard from him sometime later, and we had several meetings, and even after the several meetings I didn't know if I had the part. But eventually I did, and I think that took about 7 years.
Jonathan, I think he's pretty much cued it so that as soon as he plays it, you turn around to get me.
I dreaded having to sing this song in the studio, and I dreaded having to film the scene on the balcony because it's the scene everybody knows, the famous balcony scene, and everyone's going to come to the movie waiting for that scene, and there's an enormous amount of expectation